Well, I just got done with my um, latest hunting project. I built myself here a blind, and you might wonder how this is a blind, and I'm going to explain that to you here in a little bit. Just for reference sake, I got my idea from a company that makes blinds. I was at the Iowa Deer Classic about a month ago, saw them, and thought that I could maybe just make my own instead of spending the money on them. But if you're interested in more details on it, if you go to www.faststrikeblinds.com, it's the company that sells them. You can buy a little more sophisticated version of this for about $150. So let me show you here what I got. What we have here is, if you can see here, I just have a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, about 3 feet long, and then a thinner piece of car siding here. And I work at a barn shop, and I just use some of the scraps that we had there in the shop to make it. Cut it about 3 inches wide, 3.5 inches wide by 3 feet long, and put braces in here. Put 3 braces in on each side just to give it some more support. The reason I left this open space is hopefully to make it so that it's lighter to carry, because this is something that hopefully you can take easily with you wherever you're hunting. So I screwed those together. If you can see, I just put 2 screws in here into the 2x4s, same on the front side. Did that on each of my braces, and then what I did was I took my drill here with a 1/2 inch spade bit and drilled holes in the 2 ends of each one. So at both the top and bottom, drilled 2 holes, and the way it works is that will help set it up then. So once I had my holes drilled, I have my dowel rods, 1/2 inch dowel rods that I cut, and the way it works is you just stick your dowel rod into those holes, and I have 4 dowel rods, so stick each dowel rod into one of my holes, 2 at the top and 2 here at the bottom. And another thing that I haven't shown you yet is down here on the bottom, if you can see between the 2 at the one end, here, let me open it up a little bit. If I just open it up here, you can see, whoops, you can see a door hinge down in there, and that's just to allow it to hinge here. And I'm going to set it up here and explain a little bit more here to you. So let me get the camera set here. Okay, the way this thing works then is once you have your dowel rods in, you can just set it up like this, and since you have your hinge here, you can set it at whatever angle you want to. You can set it at 90 degrees, you can set it straight, and then you can see in here that I drilled holes, and I don't quite have it finished yet, but what's going to happen is that I'm going to take probably some pretty heavy elastic material and weave it in through these holes, creating elastic here. And I have these holes both on the back side here and on the front side. So what happens is once you have your material, elastic material there, you're going to set your blind up like this. And then one of the strengths to this blind is that it uses just all natural foliage. So so what you do then, once you have that, your elastic material in there, you go out with your clippers and you clip whatever material you want to use for your blind, whether it's grass or whether it's pine branches or or just branches with leaves on, whatever it is. You just take your branches and you pull the elastic out a little bit, stick your branches down all the way to the ground, and it holds them up. This also works if you just take our dowel rods out. You can just sit this whole thing right down on the ground if you want to lower your blind. So then you're sitting in your blind with your material up around you, and it's all natural, so the deer don't have to get used to it, and it hides you very well. Another important thing here that I didn't show you yet is notice that here on the inside of the blind I have just straight up and down, but notice that out here on the outside of the blind I have slanted, and I forget what angle I made that, maybe about 22.5, or maybe a little less than that, 22.5 degrees. And the intent for that is that the material that you stick down on the outside slants back, so that it kind of slants back over you, so that you get hit a little better as you're in your blind. So that's the new blind there. Yeah, like I said, if you go to faststrikeblinds.com, you'll see a little bit more about how to use them. This is just my homemade version. Yeah, you can go buy them brand new if you want to. Just tried to save a little bit of money and make my own here. I hope it works. Haven't tried it out yet. Still need to finish out some things on it.